ladies and gentlemen. We are back. 2017 American 14.1 Straight Pool Championships. My name is Michael Badstuber. You guys know me as Fingers. I'm going to be doing some of this commentary today. You're watching Niels Feijen and Karen Corr. I'm playing first round matches. This is the round robin format. They are going to 100. And this ought to be a good match. I actually drove Niels Feijen down to the event this year. Picked his brain a little bit on the ride down. Learned some things if I could. This high run, I think, is 416 balls, which is just insane. All right, he can't find a shot to shoot, so it looks like he's just going to play safe. And he might even take a foul here. Yeah, he's not afraid to go down in the scoreboard, because if you're going to run 100 balls, you can run 112 or 118, you know. Don't be afraid to take a scratch instead of giving your opponent an open table. All right. Yeah, Karen looks like she has a shot. She's just going to thin it maybe and come back behind the stack where she is. Yeah, he kind of left, she left Niles at 3 in the corner if he wants it. He can play on the side too. What do you think? You just roll right up in the side.
I think I'm live. This is Andy Lincoln jumping in the booth here for this match. Yeah, he's kind of got his choice here. He's probably not going to try to do too much with his shot. He's probably just try to make it and get on the 8 in the side and solve the problem after that.
Yeah, if he comes up high enough, he can come into him. Yeah, he
didn't even touch a rail, huh?
Yeah. I'm telling you, this guy, he's too good.
Well, you know, he did win our event last year here.
Defending champion, absolutely. I was just saying, I drove the guy down this year from New York.
Oh, did you?
Because he played that event up in, I think it was Gotham City last weekend.
Right.
And I tried to pick his brain a little bit. Right down.
While you had a captive audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I said, you either tell me what you know or you're walking, pal.
So I don't know what he's got after this, whether he's got to get into these balls here or whether one of these balls works out.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to have to force it to try and go into him. Oh, he actually overspun it.
Missed everything.
Yeah. Right? It's all right, though. From here, he's got an easy save, simple save.
Yeah.
You can come off the top of the rack and just hit by that side pocket. If you can't see it, he doesn't want to make sure the 9 doesn't go. He doesn't want to leave the 9 out, but he can just clip, looks like the 15, and just come back. He can clip the 1. That's a good shot.
He can hit the 1 if he doesn't want to spread the rack.
Absolutely. Just roll up and stay underneath the stack.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if he's really trying to make it. He's probably just trying to spread a couple balls out to be a threat on the other side.
Yep.
Is that going to reach?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a smart move. Now Karen can't go up table. You know?
Really cut down the options of what she's going to be able to do here.
Absolutely.
Now she played well. I think it was 2 years ago here.
Right.
And it may have been 3. She made the semifinal, played Daryl Appleton, and Darren was in a gear, so Karen didn't really get going. But she finished second in a strong field.
That's not bad at all.
Maybe not as strong as this year. This might be the strongest straight pool field I've seen since
ever.
Since I was old enough to play pool.
Yeah.
I know the 70s and the 80s probably had some pretty strong fields. Certainly in recent last 15, 20 years, I think this might be the toughest field put together.
Right. I mean, yeah, just monster after monster. If you go down the list of players, it really is insane the level of play that you're going to get, from these guys. Each one of them in their own right has won multiple events.
Right. you could take the top half of this field, and pretty much any one of them is perfectly capable of winning this event.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, out of the 48 players, I think I saw maybe 40 of them could legitimately win this thing. You know, you're going to have your favorites, the top 20, let's say,
Right.
you know, more so than others, but if the other half has a good showing, there's no saying that they can't win either. But
Well, we always struggle to, get balanced flights and so on for the groups. And sometimes we have no-shows, and Carlo Beato just no-showed.
wow.
So, but put it this way, there aren't really enough straight pool events to really accurately rank everybody, and we can go ask opinions of some of the top players.
Right.
Put it this way, we got Albin Ocean as a C player, and he might have been the next B player, but he just went 99 and out in his first match. It's, of course he's capable of winning the whole event.
Yeah, short race to 100. I guarantee you, like I said, out of the 48 players, 47 of them, maybe 46 of them have won 100. I would say.
I can only think of 2 that have.
It's real close that all of these players are capable of just running a set out real quick.
Yeah. And while this diamond for the stream table, it's a little more of a fair contest because it doesn't just suck the balls into the corners.
Right.
But a lot of the other matches are happening out on the other tables, which are very forgiving and amenable to 100-ball runouts. I played Niels here 2 years ago, and he ran 100 out on me and was never in trouble even once.
Well, let's see. I don't know if he's going to cut in that 14. He could. It's an aggressive shot. It's a hard angle from up there on the rail, but he's just going to roll it down.
But, oh, my goodness. Wow.
I don't know if I like that. He almost like he wanted to play it, but
yeah, I'm not so sure he's behind this 9-ball.
Yeah, I didn't like playing it. I could have would have cut it the other side.
Yeah, now it's of course all ball fouls. We don't have a referee at the table, so we'll have to.
Well, I think this level of play, these guys, they're willing to call a foul on themselves.
Yeah.
It's just the right thing to do, proper etiquette.
Yeah. Now, she was, a little bit on the uncomfortable there, jacked up. Might have been nice if she had rolled it a little softer and went into them, but she's got a couple opportunities to go into them here. Perhaps even off the 1 or maybe the 7 if she gets to the other side.
Yeah, it all depends on the actual angle she has on the 6.
Right.
She can draw back maybe with a little bit of spin. But yeah, see, she didn't have that angle.
But yeah, I think she can get into them here. She doesn't have a guaranteed shot, but she will get into them, and you should see 4 or 5 balls move out.
Well,
or 1 or 2.
Top. Yeah, sometimes that's all you need, right? It's just that one ball come out.
It's never fun to shoot off the rail.
No.
And, she kind of has to take this 11, I think, and really needs to roll at least a little bit down the table and back up to get on the 6.
Yeah, if she can just get past maybe like the 3rd diamond comfortably, sometimes if you're trying to go too far, you're trying to do too much, you lose your accuracy on the shot. So she just has to almost just roll it in and try and get down as far as she can just to have enough to see the 6 to play it.
And she is probably cutting this 11 a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real close on whether she's got a shot on the 6. All focusing on the 11 in the corner pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking any credit for that miss. We are in another room. They cannot possibly hear us.
And that's how hard that shot was, though, like you said, from the rail.
It really was a hard shot.
I like to say that in pool there are no easy shots. There's no such thing as an easy shot. Some shots aren't quite as hard as other ones, but there's no such thing as an easy shot in pool.
And then to top it off, this ball couldn't have rolled any worse for her.
Yeah, right.
Had that ball gone in, he'd be shooting the 6 from the other end of the table. Instead, he's got a breakout. Whoa!
Wow, it was kind of unfortunate. He didn't really get a decent spread off it.
I tell you what, he didn't really even get a shot.
Yeah, I know. He might have to play the combo on that 6.
Yeah, at least the 6 isn't cozied up to the rail. I do like him to shoot this combo.
Yeah, the 9 doesn't go by the 7, so
Yeah.
At least it doesn't look from this angle. So he'll play the 6. And again, this is just something he just has to make. He doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. He's got the 5 on the side, to get position to get back into him. So he just has to roll this one in.
He'll also have his 13 back in the lower left. So I like him to get out here.
Good shot. Yeah, that's it. Now he doesn't really have to go into him that much. If he plays the 13, the other two go in the right-hand corner. 15 and the 14. But he could draw this one for that stripe on the side rail.
Yeah, he's just got to solve the thing. He's got to solve the 7 and the 9. Get down. Probably trying to leave the 8 the whole time. So we'll see. We'll see what he chooses here. You're right. He really doesn't have to go into them if he manages it well.
I think he's going to try and get on the. No, he's got angle on the 5. He can go into him with the 9.
I think you're right. I think he's going to set himself up on it.
Either the 7 or the 9, depending on where he gets. He's got angle on the 5.
Ideally the 9 because that'll leave the 7 as insurance.
Yep.
Yeah, this
or
is
potentially another break shot even.
And this is just perfect. He doesn't have to hit it hard. You can just kind of drift into them.
All he really has to do is knock out the 13 right there.
Yeah.
Because he'll be on the 7.
I think he'll go into all of them. Nope, you're right.
Because from here, he's a little unfortunate with the leave because now on that rail, if he's dead in on the 7, that's going to cause him some problems.
I think he's got a little angle, and he could play one of those 2 stripes in the side if he had to. Like if he's too straight here.
Yeah.
Come back to the middle of the rack there.
Jacking up on the side, though, it's not a simple shot. See, he had angle the other way. That was a good shot. Kind of hard to tell from where we're at. I think we're in a van down the street, parked behind a shopping center somewhere, tucked away.
Yeah.
He's going to play the 14, it looks like, and come forward. I like coming forward.
Just got to be careful not to clip the 8.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he didn't. Yeah, see, he came backwards and he almost hit the 8, but it's a little hard for us to see the exact angle, but.
Certainly didn't miss the 8 by much.
Yeah, if he clips the 8, now he's going to scramble for another kind of break shot.
He's in good enough shape. I mean, he doesn't have a beautiful key ball, but he's going to be on it nicely here. Just avoid getting straight on.
Yeah, get as close as he can. And then just bring this back to the center of the table almost. A little bit past center of the table. And then we're going to try and update the score when we get it.
That was a smart shot. He didn't really try to do too much with it. Just made sure he got across the angle.
Right.
Now, do you know the score? You want me to tuck out and check?
No, I'm not 100% of what it is,
I'll
but
tuck out and check. Let's see what they.
Doesn't matter.
I just have to figure out how to update the score for you guys because the link that I was using is not here right now.
Yeah, it's just like an opening break.
They put up 11-2. Is there a foul on that first?
Oh, well, Niles took a foul, yeah. He took a scratch. All right. If we can find out where to input the score. I think we might have to have one of the technicians step in and just show us how to get that.
So it's 11-2 right now, Niels, and he's at the table still.
Yeah, and he's got a good break here. He's got a little congestion in the middle, but
He could actually.
he's got a lot of ways to get into it. So, and he doesn't have to hurry. Nothing really is going to cause him trouble.
This is kind of the perfect rack after you sort of muddled your way through a few safeties in the first inning. This kind of rack could really get you focused and in stroke.
Yeah, he can just start shooting balls in.
Right. There's not a lot of concerns.
Yeah, he spread him pretty good.
Yeah.
He likes going into him. I was talking to him. As soon as he can go into him, he does.
Really?
He doesn't like picking out one or two balls at a time and then touching the stack again and picking out another one or two balls. He wants them open. As soon as he can get into him, he's going into him.
And certainly the danger is you can create a small cluster. Now, he came out okay on this one with the two balls on the right. Couldn't be any easier of a combination. So it's good shape. Got a couple break shots. Probably the 11 on the left is the best one.
Yeah, he plays a combination now, and from here he can go. He's probably going to play the 13 next in that same pocket. He's got a bit of an angle. He can drift for the 8. And he can just decide where he wants to go from there as far as picking the rest of them off. Yeah, the 11's a good break shot, like you said. And he's going to have the 12 as his key ball.
Yeah, I see him coming around for the 15 here, probably.
Yeah, I like that.
A little short for that. Maybe I'll have to take the... Well, you could always go 5 and then 9. There's a lot of ways out of here.
That's one of the nice things about straight pool. Although it's actually one of the harder things about commentary for straight pool because there's so many different choices.
Yeah.
I can pick and choose what I would like to do, and he do something completely different.
And get out.
Absolutely. And he'll be just as successful. There's more than one pattern you can play.
Yeah.
Some obvious patterns though you want to try and keep the same.
Yeah, I mean now he's going to go 15-9 and bottom right, and then the key ball inside.
Yep. And he's going to start building momentum now.
Well, that's exactly right. This kind of rack where you don't have to spend so much time thinking, you're just executing.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect rack to get going on a roll.
Right. I mean, he's loosened up now. He's warmed up.
And you can expect he's going to have just a nice, easy spread 'em rack again.
Yeah. I think he's absolutely in control of the table right now. Sometimes a lot of players, first round matches, they get a little jittery, and
right.
He is.
I see that with the top players.
Yeah.
They each miss a shot in the first rack, and you're just astounded, and you forget, even though they just missed a shot, either one of them can go on, 80 or 100 ball run, just like that.
Karen's
so that puts it at 25-2. Niels.
Yeah, we're going to try and get one of the guys in here. Have no fear, we will get the score updated for you.
25-2, going to 100, round robin.
Again, he's got a good spread here. A little bit more congestion than the last rack. But again, nothing that's too major. I mean, he can pick these apart without really having to go into them again. It looks as if the 14 and 12, either one, he decided to separate them now, and he's got a good break shot with the 14. He's got a couple of key balls he can use, and he's starting to spread them out. He really doesn't have that many issues from here. He gets the 4 out of the way. That leads him to the 15. 15 kind of opens the table up for the 9 in the bottom right if he has to get to it. Opens the pocket up also for the 2 and 13. You might see him just kind of roll up a little bit and play the 15. Well, he decided to spin above him and get on the 6, or the 5 even. The 5 gets him to the 15. He's got a little bit of an angle, I think, on the 5. He's going to end up coming towards the 15. You might see him play the 6 right here. Ooh, we hit that one kind of thick. Still went, though. Clean shot, pocket speed. Gets his 12 out of the way. This can put him on the 7 even if he wants. I think he went a little too far for the 7, so if he plays the 5, he can roll the 5 in. 5 will get him on the 15 or the 7 in the side, which will get him anywhere else he needs to be. He's got no congestion. He's got the 14 as a good break shot. Just has to roll this one in to get on that 15. Perfect. Now, depending on the angle he has on the 7, you might want to roll forward on the 7. This way he can play the 13 or the 6 and really open him up and eliminate any problem he has. He might push that key ball out into a little better position too. No, he decided to stay away from it, but good shot. Angle on the 6. He's going to push out the 13. He's well on his way getting through his Miller rack. He's got a little bit of an angle on that 13. I think he can play it roll forward 2 rails. All right. 25 to 2. There you go. Niels Feijen decided to play plan B here because he got all off position on that 13. Okay.
All right, so Neil's got all those.
Yeah, he cleaned that rack out.
So 30, 39 to 2.
But because he did get bad position on the 13, he wanted to use, I think it was the 11 as his break.
Yeah.
Now he might not have the greatest angle to go into him.
Update the score to 39.
I think he can hit him. He should be okay. Looks like he's going to go into the 4. Yeah, just brushed him enough. See if he got a shot. He might be able to cut the 6 in.
Yeah, he doesn't have a wide open shot for sure.
He couldn't have hit that any better from where
it
from
looked
where he
really
was.
Good, but the way everything drifted.
Yeah, I think he's got the
Yeah.
6. He can cut that in.
And you might have to shoot the 11 over there to the right.
He can do that too. That's open.
That and the 6 are probably about the same.
If he plays the 11, I like the 11 better actually. You can come 2 rails and get back on the 9 real easy.
Yeah.
He's got a much bigger pocket. He can just play a 1 rail and come up on a 9 too, I think. Ooh, yeah, he hung it. He hit it pretty thick.
So Karen will get a little opportunity here to get going with a fairly reasonable table to get started.
Yeah. No, she still has to go into him.
Yeah.
I don't like going into him off the 11 right here. I think where the 1 was, yeah, that was kind of risky too. She could have got tied up under there on top of the 1.
Yeah. But instead she's got either the 6 going up into there. Looks like what she's got to do.
Good shot. She clipped that 15 a little bit and gave her a look at the 1 or the 12. Clipped at 12. And she's good from here again. She still has a little bit of congestion. It's not as clean of a rack that Niles went through, but
She could solve this.
I think so.
Might run into the 15 here.
Good shot. She's got an angle on the 15. You think she goes into him now?
Well, I don't mind going into that. Is it the 412 or the 812?
Yeah, I mean, either one of those can go into the other 3 that are right there.
I like going into the stripe if you can be accurate enough because it'll probably keep you on the 3. Ooh,
Yeah, she's down kind of soft and roll through it.
buried in there.
Oh, wow. She
maybe got a stripe in the upper right. But
yeah. A 10 ball looks like.
almost disastrous there. Tell you what, when you go in and you don't necessarily have your hanging insurance shot in the corners,
Yeah.
it doesn't always have to work out, even if you're moving 4 or 5 balls. Sometimes they just don't,
They don't want to cooperate with you.
don't cooperate right.
Well, she's going to try and cut this in the side.
Is she playing safe here?
She could be playing safe.
I think she's just playing safe.
Yeah, all right. That's not a bad shot either. Like we were saying,
Nice.
even if she took a foul there to protect,
Right.
from giving Niles an open rack.
That really was a really nice shot by Karen. Imagine you're coming to the table now. What are you shooting at? Are you shooting at the 7 from the other end of the table? Maybe.
I don't
Or
like
not the
any of
seven.
this, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Niles, she put Niles in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But you know what do you see?
I see the solid on the right, the upper right. Is that the
It looks like it's the
Is it the
4.
four?
Yeah, the 4 might actually go by the 8.
very challenging shot though?
Oh, absolutely.
I see him shooting this though. I don't see it.
For as straight as he shoots, like it was supposed to be there. Now, did he leave himself another shot?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, he could make the 15 maybe. He could make the 9 maybe.
Yeah, he might have the 15. I was thinking maybe the 3 goes by the 15. That's kind of close.
Well, his cue ball doesn't maybe clear the 3 to make the 15.
Yeah.
And if the 9 is a little too close to the 7, you see what he has. Looks like the 15.
Right. And he's probably going to go into those 2 stripes right there, which is okay because the 3 is down here on the 3 as insurance.
Perfect. He went straight into them to make sure he had the 3.
Now he's still got a little bit of congestion there on the left side. He might play the 3 and go into him. That's a little risky, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I like that. I mean, he's got 2 balls on the right hand side he can use as break shots. So he can actually spin 2 rails to get on the 5 or the 14. It looks like. He decided to go the other way and take care of this little problem.
That was a very accurate shot because, there wasn't anything else. He had to come up where he needed to there, or he's going to be a little in trouble.
He's looking to see where he can get on that 6-5 combination. He's going to try and leave the 8.
That was kind of a nice shot.
Yeah, now at least he can play the combo and roll forward and hit the 9 and break that up. Even the 6 going off the 5 should break it up. It looks like it'll hit the 7. But going into stuff like this late in the rack, you're kind of leaving it up to chance a little bit. See, like he didn't get the greatest spread. He was kind of fortunate to have the stripe.
Yeah, he's still got to solve those 2 balls there.
Yeah, it just doesn't want to. This one doesn't want to cooperate. Like the first one, he broke open. The first and second ones, they kind of gave up from the beginning. The racks. This one's
15 balls on the table. Every inning's going to be different.
Yeah.
He can still solve this if he pays real close attention to his angle on the 7. When he makes his balls on the side, gets a perfect angle on the 7, he can roll into the 6.
He might draw into it now. No, he decided to play angle on the 7 to go into it. That's a good shot too. And again, you would think he's going to have a shot. You know what I'm saying? After he goes into the 6.
Well,
or the
in
9.
very worst cases, he could play his break shot. But I like him clipping the 9.
Yep.
But see, he missed
Yeah.
it. Oh. Yeah, he was playing for a half a ball there because he knew if he touched the 9, he could play the 6 and the 9 and leave the 8 alone.
Yep.
And disaster struck. Not only does he got to shoot the break shot, but he doesn't have maybe he's got to force follow 2 rails and go into this. He's in scramble mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's missed it.
Well, he's got a bank maybe on either one of them, but he could bank the 9 and stay on the 6 possibly.
I think you might have to look a little safety. Although with 2 balls, it's not so easy to be safe.
Yeah,
either.
where do you, well, you can roll up onto the 9, bank the 9 behind the 6, leave the cue stuck on the 6. That might be his best option.
Let's see what he does here.
He could bank the 6. He could bank the 6 3 rails. Yeah, I was gonna say, and leave the cue stuck on the 9.
How nice a shot was that?
Now, Karen, she's gonna have a cut on the 9 for the upper right hand corner, I think.
Yeah, very close. It's probably no more than a chalk width apart. She's going to
just thin it.
Put it up there by the 6. Oh.
She just decided to thin it and just stay right there. Niles can bank the 9 and go up table. He could, there's more than one thing he can do here, but.
Well, I'll predict there'll be a few more innings on this rack.
Right. This is definitely not simple, and something like this, you really got to take a little bit of time to solve it, before you shoot, because if you just take a flyer and you take the wrong shot, you give your opponent the chance to, see, that didn't turn out great.
Not his finest work there.
No.
But, he probably also recognized that if he gives up the table, the break ball's at the other end.
Yeah, this is not the simplest for Karen.
But, she hits this and leaves a cut. You can make that ball and come back down into it.
Yeah, well, that's the chance he left her,
Yeah. I can't tell how straight this is. This might be so straight that she can't really get up table.
I think she can spin it, but
one way or the other.
Yeah, I think she can play it with the right hand spin, or she can shoot it in the corner with a lot of right and come 2 rails. But something like that, you don't want to hit that hard into the side pocket. Those pockets are small. But like you said, she's got the cut on it, and if she comes down and hits the rack just right.
It's a big decision here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go for it because it seems like a legitimate shot that's going to break the stack.
It's so tough, though.
It's pretty easy to miss this ball and break the stack for your opponent.
Absolutely. It's pretty easy to hit the side of the stack, too, and scratch.
Right.
From where she's at there. Trying to hit dead between those 2 balls.
A tough shot.
Yeah. A lot of things can go wrong here, There's a lot of moving parts in this shot, folks. We're going to try and update the score. Niles, I believe, got most of them.
Yeah, let me take that.
And she's contemplating whether or not she wants to.
48
48-7. Karen is trailing, but she is at the table. You know, she wants to decide. She could even play safe from here. To be honest with you, that could be. I obviously you don't really want to, but in the long run, it's a smart move.
Especially when you can thin a ball that accurately. I mean, she just barely touched that.
Yep, and now that puts Niles on a defensive.
Yeah.
Because now it's a little further off the rail, and it's a little closer to a pocket. So if Niles is on the right-hand side, if he's left on the right-hand side, or if he leaves Karen there, she has an easier cut on the ball. Not necessarily to come down and break him open, but to come down for better position to play a really good safety,
Right.
where she can knock out a couple of balls and leave Niles in a bad spot. But I think he's going to play safe too on this. He's just going to split him, I think.
Tell you what, this is hard not to play safe this far.
Yeah, he's just going to split him.
Yeah, I like that shot because, you know, I mean, I like her to thin this ball on the left and maybe go behind the stack and try to even bump the stack a little bit.
I like that.
And make a threat.
That's a good shot.
Hopefully you get one to pop out on probably the right side.
That's a good shot. If she can get enough spin on it, it looks like. She cut
didn't
it
even
real
try
thin.
I don't think she even tried to touch the rack.
Yeah, I don't think she could have got enough spin from where she was at.
Yeah.
To come under it, she might have went into the side of it.
See, now the game changes, right? You can no longer go up table.
Exactly. And because of where she was left, Niles made sure that she ain't going up table.
Yeah.
You know, and now she can't even stay down table mostly because she has to be right behind that rack.
Yeah, they can trade some safeties here too until the stack runs dry and there's not enough balls to hide behind.
Exactly.
You know, you got that 7 there, and she's left the 7 if he's feeling.
I think he plays it.
I think he played the side too.
Yeah, play it right in the side because you're going to be on the 6, and it takes out. If he plays in the corner, he could possibly scratch in the side.
Yeah, I think leaving the shot in the side means he's going to be off and running.
Yeah, we roll it right in. If he comes too far for the 6, he'll have the looks like the 4. We caught the point.
Every shot's a challenge, right?
Well, nothing. Like I said, there is no such thing as an easy shot. You know, some are more difficult than others.
Open shot doesn't mean I got it.
No.
Well, it's a good break for Karen.
How many times have you seen players miss open shots, or even ball in half for that matter? Happens all the time, right?
We saw it last week. Yeah. So Karen's came out on top of this one. Perhaps fortunate, but time to capitalize for sure.
Yeah.
This is just a game to 100 points, round robin. We have eight groups of 6 players each, so everybody will play 5 matches during the next 3 days and going a little bit into Friday. And then out of those 48 players, 24 will make it to the elimination round for Friday evening. And if you win your flight, you get a bye in that first round, so you're in the top 16 already. And we'll play 2 of those rounds Friday night, and then quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals on Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, it's going to be a good long week of pool. If you guys are in the Richmond area, you know.
Yeah, if you're close, I'm telling you, you come over here and see this.
You would be amazed just at the players that
It's
are
hard
here.
It's hard. I was posting some of the scores a little earlier, so you can take a look on the American Straight Pool site for sure in the group. See all the scores on the round robin so far. I think I got them up to date after the first round. Might be 1 or 2 shy, but you'll see all the players there. And you take a look at the top 24. It's a remarkably strong field.
Well, she played a good shot there to go into him. I think she's got
the 13?
Yeah, it looks like she has it.
A little bit close there. I think you're right. I think it's
doable,
playable.
but she does have to deal though with the 9.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to work out all right. You know, she might run into the 3, and then I think the 9 is actually open in this lower corner.
It looks like she's
tight,
got she got the 6, 15, 9, and 1 right there that she's got to deal with.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that group of 4 don't think they really go anywhere.
She's going to have to come around the table with the 14, I think. She might be able to play into them 2 rails, but I don't like that. I don't
Maybe into the top ball.
Yeah, I don't think she can hold it for 1 rail.
I think she might have tried the 1 rail.
And she's got to hope the 12 passes the 14, which I think it does.
Yeah, I mean, she can use up that break shot on the right.
No, you know what I like actually? If the 12 goes by the 14, she can roll the 12 in, maybe come 6 inches forward from where the cue is, and then play the 3 on the side and come down
That
and
would
hit
be
him.
beautiful. Yes.
You know, she'll have the 5 or the 14 as a potential shot, depending on how she comes off of those 4 balls. But from here, I think
She didn't get too straight, did she?
no, I think she's got enough angle. It's almost like a center ball hit. I think from here, you just got to pound it a little bit.
And you don't really have a great insurance shot, but you kind of just have to take the chance at this point.
Yeah. And like you said, it didn't come off well. And
Couldn't come out any worse being on the
the only insurance she has now, well, she does have the 5 in the side or the corner, or the 14 in the side or the corner. All 4 of those choices are difficult.
Again, 3 open shots.
And now she still has to
Shooting
deal.
off the end rail here.
Yeah, she still has to deal
Couldn't
with
be any more challenging.
I don't think she plays the 1 on the side now. What do you think? That's.
I don't know. She's.
I mean, she's a snooker player. She's used to playing difficult shots in the side pocket.
I'm telling you, but off the rail.
She's playing some
Looks
in the
like she's
side,
playing
looks
the
like.
9.
Yeah. Oh, and she caught the point a little bit.
Tough shot.
Well, not only did she bring Niles back to the table, she kind of opened up that whole problem area.
Yeah.
You think Niles is going to send her a Christmas card or a thank you note?
52 balls from now, he's going to.
He's going to say, thank you so much. I didn't get you nothing, though. And now, what do you like as far as a break shot from here?
Well, this 6 ball, I think on the left is kind of lowish, but could work. And then the ball on the right is a little highish, but could work.
Right. I think that stripe in the middle there, between the 1 and 4, looks like it's out of the rack. It's close. Sometimes I like the object ball close because now I know exactly where I'm going into the stack.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It becomes very predictable for sure.
Yeah, I can judge it a little bit better, but a lot of times it's better to have it a little further away. It makes making the ball a little bit easier if it's a
That was a
little
nice
further
shot
away.
there. I think he's going to opt for the ball on the right just because he's got us all this in a certain order over here. So I think he's
If he's got a bit of an angle, I like drawing into the 6 right here. That's a simple shot. It's easy. He'll be on the 1. If he tries to go forward and force it, or he can power draw it 1 rail, and completely have no issue.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to save that 6 ball. Covered a lot of distance there, but he really came up pretty nicely.
Yeah. He plays that. He plays at 10. He can get on either side of the 1 to get on the 6.
Right.
So that was a good shot.
He doesn't have to force anything. You just take whichever one.
Yeah,
It's easiest.
Exactly. Whichever.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Angle he
times you
gets.
want to be on the other side of the 1 because it's just a 1 rail to the side, the thing. But he can go 1 rail here. He's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's one rail, either side of the 1 that he gets on. It's such a big target area.
Honestly, the only spot you don't want to be is straight. You gotta call back.
Yeah.
You can still get on it, but you got to draw it back out of there. So he might have wanted a little more angle here, but you think he's all right?
All right, we're going to adjust the score in a second. We'll find out exactly what the number is. Karen got a couple of balls in that rack. Yeah. We're going to ask Megan in a second if she can get us the score.
Is the logos fixed here?
I think so. This is the 2017 American Straight Pool Championships. We might have an old logo up there that we're getting fixed.
Yeah, I think
Probably before the next match.
they're in a process of doing that now. They have to black out the background.
53, 60.
All right,
They're working
Megan.
on the logo.
Let us know. It's 53-16. Niles is at the table.
I don't know.
He's got a bunch of congestion here. He's going to have to definitely go into him again. Probably 1 or 2 more times. If he's got an angle on that 9, a slight angle, he can draw back 1 rail to get back on the 3. It looks like the 3 or the 9 ball, and use either one of them to go back into him, which will really open things up. And it looks like if he does that, the 7 ball will keep the cue from escaping up table. So that might solve everything in his next shot.
Jacked up here, though. You may have to. This is bad news.
Yeah, he didn't
This
strike
is-
that one very well.
All right. We'll see what the champions do when they get themselves in a little jam.
Yeah, you see that? I mean, you don't want to see anyone do that, obviously, but it just shows you that these guys are human too. You know,
And
they
of course, a
all.
learning opportunity. You know, some of us get really frustrated when you do that. You have
Absolutely.
somewhat of an open table, and you just completely mess it up.
Right.
And you know, he may have thought about it for a half a second, and then he started looking at his safety options.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, if you let it get into your head that you made a mistake or something didn't work out right, you're not only doing damage to yourself. I mean, that's detrimental to the next time you're going to be at the table. You got that negative mindset going. Wow, that was
That'll put a negative thought in your
that
mindset.
it might, yeah. But like you had mentioned, top pros like this, they're going to think about it for a second.
He's
and
still
forget
he's
it.
still trying to figure out how he thinned the ball and it essentially went through it.
Yeah.
The scratch in the corner. May have misjudged it. So Karen will get another chance here.
See if Karen runs out from here. She's going to send him a thank you card.
Yeah.
They're going to become pen pals.
So now I like coming around. Well, you know, he did actually move this 13 on that last shot when he thinned and scratched.
Right.
So it's possible the 13 doesn't go past the 1 in the corner because that would be the ideal setup.
I think she comes 2 rails. I like that
Yeah.
because if the 6 goes past the 15, then that's her break shot. The way she played it, either she underhit it or it just doesn't go. She might have no choice, but there might be a dead one in there too. She has to look at the rack real quick. You know, the 4 might go off the 1 might go in off the 4. The 9 might pass the 1,
Right.
and if it does, she's pretty good
Wow.
for now. You know, but if it doesn't, she has to play the 3 and come maybe 4 rails.
I think she's going to play safe.
She might if the 6 doesn't go, I like playing safe. I think that would be a smart move. She's just going to roll it in, a little bit of spin, get behind the stack.
She took care of that cue ball very nicely.
Yeah, she got up on the 1. Now, if she's not frozen to the 1, Niels can see the 6. He might have a shot at it.
Certainly from here, it looks like she got right in there. And he doesn't.
Yeah,
He's not approaching the table like the 6 is available.
Right.
So.
now he's going to thin off the 1 and hopefully not scratch in the other corner pocket. Hey, he just went through this a minute ago.
Well, he's got to be careful not to give up the 6 or the 13 if that's what he's thinning. Might take a foul from here.
Yeah.
Move that cue ball over next to the 13, half an inch. I think this is dangerous trying to escape this one.
Well, all he has to do is just hit the end rail. He doesn't have to do anything else. Nice and thin and just hit the end rail.
That was really a very nice shot.
Very, very well executed, contained.
So it looks like he mentally recovered from his other silly scratch.
Now, what do you like from here?
I like that Karen's shooting it and I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got her in a tough spot here. I mean, I don't know if that 7-Eleven is if the 7-Eleven is open. I mean, I know they're open 24 hours, but
Yeah, we'll have to
7-Eleven
see if
combination
this
looks
one's
a little
open.
bit iffy. Looks like it could be possible. It's hard enough to play safe from here, you know.
Right. So, I mean, if the 7-Eleven is on, she's going to thin the left side of the 7. It looks.
I feel like you're giving up that strike ball.
Yeah, you're going to give him a
think,
real hard cut, but she actually pushed out the 7.
Well, it was pretty nice speed control, though. I mean, you got to hit that rail.
Right.
But
That's the one thing that might have saved her with that shot. Even though the 7 came out, now Liesl's got to fire it just from the in rail. And not an easy shot, by any standard.
But I think we've seen even earlier in this match that he's willing to take this shot, either the one on the side or the 7.
I would prefer the 7 if I had to shoot from here. He's going to go into the 6, it looks like. So there's no.
Yep. Might even push the 3 into the group of balls.
Yeah, he's definitely not going into this with the mindset that he's going to spread everything. He's just going to make sure
for sure.
Just make the 7.
Wow. So the 3 missed those balls.
Yeah, and he's got lucky though. Yeah, look at the 6.
Okay.
6 rolled up real nice, and he's got the 3 to go back into him.
Yeah, I like shooting the 6 here and getting on that 3 the way you want.
Yeah, that worked out real nice. And he just plays the cue into him off the 3.
Yeah.
He's going to spread everything out.
Yep.
He doesn't have to hit this one that hard. Just enough to pop him open, and he's got. You don't want them. Yeah, you don't want them to tie up.
You know what? I can't tell for sure, but I think the strike ball goes.
Yeah, one of them definitely goes.
Seems like one of them ought to be able to go, right?
You would hope, right? I would definitely want one of them to be able to go. But he's got the. He's got options. He's got the 11. If they don't, but one of them's got to go.
He's got a couple things to solve here because this 8-5-1. If he's going to try to leave the 13 there for the break shot, it's a little tricky to get on these balls.
Oh, yeah, if he can see the 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he didn't really want to brush the 8.
Brush the 8.
That's okay.
Yeah.
He might have to play the 8 and go off.
He might play it now. Bump the 5
That's what he's doing. It's going to go too far. I think you can't hold it. The 9 is out, though. You can use the 9 as a break. It's going to be real low, but
yeah.
It's real low on the stack, but it's.
He made that look much easier than it was.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was easier.
He's gonna play that. Looks like the 4 ball. I don't know if I like coming 2 rails here. Because if he doesn't get a bounce, yay. It's hard to see if the 14 goes. The 14 definitely goes, but I'm not sure if he's on it. He might be.
I think he kind of wanted to be, but I think now he's going to have to use the 11 and
see, that was his key
draw
ball.
in there.
Right.
Yeah, I think he just came up a quarter inch short to shoot the 14.
That's why I thought maybe 1 rail, because you're never going to get behind that ball, and you'll always have a shot on that 14. But he goes to plan B, and we talk about that a lot. You got to have a plan A, B, C, D, and E. You need backup.
And plan A is never miss what you shoot at.
Yeah, well, how many of us can actually follow that?
Yeah. Well, he'll have a little distance to get on his break shot, but
he'll be good. He'll be fine from here, I think. He can just stop this where it is. He'll have a little bit of a cut angle, and just come 1 rail. And he looks like he's in good position here to get on that break shot. But for those of you who don't know, how about this Diamond Billiards Club?
This is a great place.
This place
Great
is nice.
Wonderful staff. Wonderful family owned by the Dorseys.
Yeah, I think there's 16 tables.
16 tables.
There's 11 gold crowns, and there's
That's right.
5 diamonds.
5 diamonds.
A full bar.
Got a great menu too.
I heard the menu is excellent. So if you guys really, I mean, if you're anywhere near in Virginia, stop down Diamond Billiards. They are on Midlothian Turnpike in Midlothian, Virginia.
Yeah, it's essentially a western suburb of Richmond. Just maybe 5 or 6 miles from downtown Richmond.
Yeah, combined. Check them out. All right, we're going to update the score in a sec. Niles played a good break shot off the bottom of the stack. He opened a few balls up.
And he's in good shape.
That 5 rolled out nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like playing the 5 though from here.
Nah, I think he's going to leave that as, while he solves the problem in the middle. He'll probably leave that if he can. He can play the 3. You know, it's a longer shot, but at least he got a nice open bridge. You said he likes to go into the stack again?
When
he could go in right now.
He
I just
could.
not sure.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Not jacked up too
the
much.
bridge ain't too bad. And all he really has to do is just kind of roll into him. He's going to have that 5 in the corner, in the side as his insurance ball. But if the bridge is a little too hindered right now, he'll have to play it now. And he's even kind of hindered for this shot. Yeah, he couldn't do much. He had to play the 5. He does have to break out the 1 and 14. And he still has to go into him again. He could draw off the 14 to get a shot on the 3 in the side to come down into him.
And if he doesn't like the angle now, he can take that ball up in the corner, which would actually give him an even better angle.
Yep.
It feels almost like he's a little bit straight right now.
Well, he could roll past it and play the 6 and go into him with the 6.
Well, that looks like the plan.
See, to me, that's a little thin. But he's definitely going to hit the rack.
Yeah, and he's going to go right in there between where he's not going to get stuck on anything. We'll push all the balls to the right. Might get the 9 to push the 15 down into the 1, too.
Nice shot. Good call. He's got the 7. He didn't really get a great spread, but he does have the 7, though, and he can work them from
It's
here.
always a great spread when you have one nice easy shot. Because you're right. What are there, 10 balls on the table?
Yeah.
He's got 1 shot.
He's-
But that's all he needs.
That's
now.
all. It's
You know, he's
should be. Yeah.
fully
Should.
expecting it. He doesn't have a great break shot. Do you like the 1 behind the rail?
No,
Back,
not from here. I kind of like working it a little bit, and
maybe
I
bumping something.
push something out.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have opportunities here with the 3 balls in the middle there to perhaps bump something out.
Now, he might have to just play a stop shot. No, he decided to try and work him a little bit. He did. He created the break shot there with the 12,
Yeah.
and he's on the combo, which is relatively straight in.
Yep. That
Worked out real nice.
That was a good shot. Ooh.
That looked a little.
Almost looked like I missed.
Yeah, looked like he was
My
gonna.
initial reaction was, wait a minute.
I thought he overcut it. And
Do you like him running into the 11-6 here, or he's going to solve that a different way?
no, I think he can solve it another way. I mean, he can go into him. A lot of times they tell you, if the balls aren't touching, don't go into them. But
Yeah.
to me, that's a guideline. It's one of those rules that are made to be broken, kind of.
I don't mind going in him there. He had the ball in the lower left. to get to the
Exactly.
8.
Exactly.
And really, the way they were sitting, although they weren't touching, it was only going to get solved one way. And now you got like
Now you
2
got
or 3.
right. Yeah, I definitely like that idea. Like I said, to tell you if they're not touching, don't go into them. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes
Well,
it's better off going into them. You know you're going to get a good spread.
And when you got the insurance, it's okay.
Yeah, just go right ahead and do it. And they'll take care of that problem right away. Now he can play a little one pocket if he wants. Gets them all in his corner. Leave himself the 9 to get on the 12. And
Yeah, I'm guessing he's got a plan, even if I don't quite see it. There's definitely a few ways out here.
no, he's going to play the 11 in the side. But is he on the right side to go forward and not hit?
Feels like he's going to go forward and
The
hit it,
4?
which might be okay. Worst case, he can take this stripe in the lower left.
Or just play it up table. You know, kind of play
Yeah.
like a punch shot
Yeah.
to stay under it. Good shot. And again, he can get any angle he wants on the 9 practically to come 1 or 2 rails.
Looks like he's going to bring it on down for just a 1 rail. Back out to the middle of the table.
That's going to give him 78, I believe.
That
Because
will.
He did get the whole rack.
Yep, and that'll put it
He's within striking distance.
a rack and a half away.
There you have it. It's gonna be 78 Niles to 18 Karen. Whoa. No, folks, he did not run 6,478 balls. That'd be something, huh? Race to Niles has to go to 10,000. Karen's going to 100. I'd love to see a long race like that. Race to 500, 600,000 over like a 2-day period, 2 or 3 day period.
Yeah,
That'd be
didn't they
great.
used to do those all the time?
They did, yeah. In fact, Tony Robles just played a race to 600 against Kevin Clark.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, they tried to raise money for some of the hurricane
Oh,
victims.
for Puerto Rico?
Yeah, that in Florida, and they went to 600 over 2 days, which was a great event. And I think they raised a lot of money, and I think Kevin actually won that. Kevin beat him out.
Yeah, Kevin's played in our event a couple times, a couple years ago. He hasn't traveled down recently, but he's a well-respected player for sure.
Yeah, and I think he's run 200,
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
so he knows what he's doing. All right, Karen's got a couple of shots. She is far away. What do you like as far as the first shot after, opening them up? If you left like this,
Yeah, Niels has got to decide,
oh,
The
thought
thing
Karen
about the
was
7 is
at the
I
table.
feel like it's kind of straight,
Right.
I might shoot this.
He's
Looks like he's shooting the 7.
He's gonna play a stop shot. It looks like you really can't do too much with the cue from here.
Wow,
He drifted it down. He's got a
Look at
shot
that.
on the 14. It looks like, yeah.
that was beautiful. I tell you
And,
what, he was all in there because it drifted over to the right too, so he didn't even have the 5 up in the corner anymore. This is it's gonna work out nice. I don't know if he's gonna draw up into the 8-7 or.
He should be okay. I don't think he hits the 1. Oh, he's got the 15. That worked out. And everything else is kind of spread open. There's really no other big issue. The 6 and 7 maybe are tied up a little bit, but where the 13 is, he can get on the 6. Might even be able to push the 7 closer to the stack, for
Yeah.
a better break shot. Yeah, he's going to play the 2 up in the corner, it looks like. He should be pretty good from here. Doesn't need to do anything with the cue. And he can pick them apart any way he chooses now.
Stay right in that little circle of 6 balls.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually a good teaching moment because you want to show that you want to minimize your cue ball movement.
Sure.
You know
exactly where it's going to be.
You're getting less trouble. It's easier to just try and keep that cue in that one central area. He kind of got stuck there a little bit, but
yeah. I mean, he's got the 13 in the corner, and he'll probably opt for that because he won't be jacked up at all.
he might go up for the 9 here. He's going to play the short side of it, but still he's got plenty of options to get back up there.
He does have the 11 and the 5 doubled up on his rail a little bit. So he may opt to move the 11 out of the way before too long here. There you go.
He should be able to get on the 11 from here, no problem.
Yeah, I like going 2 rails and coming out on the 11. You got to make sure you get out on the 11 though, because the 3 and the 7 are probably neither one goes left. That's nice.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
That way he was on the line the entire time.
Now the 14 is out. He can use that as the break. So he just has to kind of figure out how to pick these off without disturbing the 14. The 7 might be out also. No, that's in. That's in the rack.
That's it.
I don't know if I would go into him to try and create another shot from here. I don't think I like that. Yeah, he's on the 7 now. 7 gets him
nice.
Everywhere.
That's nice. That opens it up.
Yep, and he can use the 4. I think he can use the 5. It looks like as his key ball.
Yeah, I mean, we'll need about eight more balls into the next rack to close the set out, or to close the game out.
He's got angle on the 1. Now, you know what? I'm not actually so crazy about that because now he kind of has to work a little bit to get on the 3. I mean, if he comes 2 rails for the 5 now, that'll work also. But now he's kind of thin on that 5. I don't think he can roll it in and hold it for the 3. You see, that's why I didn't like that last shot.
You saw him tap his cue a few inches to the right there.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah, this
He's got to come twice across. He might be able to roll the 3 in and not hit the 14 and come 1 rail underneath the 5, play it up table and to get on the 14, but
I think he's going to double it, go crisscross.
well, he's okay for now.
Yeah, he's pretty thin on this ball. I mean, he's going to go up table. But
You like drawing it into the corner 2 rails or playing 1 rail with spin?
I think you can probably just go 1 rail here. You can end up a little long and maybe a little more cut than you want. You can see him considering it, though. He's probably concerned that he's going to roll too far if he tries to slow roll it.
Yeah, he might be too thin to try and keep it where he can have a good shot.
I couldn't swear you can clear the side pocket drawing this. You sure you can?
I believe so. Man, that turned out perfect. Let the stroke out. You make the ball a lot more.
You can play all the patterns in the world you like, but if you can hit shots like that to win a set,
Yeah.
you know?
That gives him 92. To Karen Corr's 18. Again, opening day, first round, the round robin stage, first day of the event. No one's eliminated at this point, but you do want to have a good showing.
You need every ball you can.
Yeah.
If you make
Correct.
the top 24, the top half, your ball count will
Comes into play.
determine how you get seated onto that
Exactly.
chart. So
So Karen's hoping hoping for a mistake by Mr. Feijen, but I don't see it coming.
No.
And of course, I don't know how many times we've said that and jinxed the player at the table. But
He's all right. He's got a ball in the upper right.
yeah,
He may. Yep.
he only needs 7 from here, and he's got at least 5 easy pickings with ways to get at the other balls.
Yeah, and leaving 7 on the table here, you know, he doesn't really have to solve any of the problems. He's just going to try to play a pattern without. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he did say he likes to go into them.
I don't know about that.
That might have been a little unnecessary. See, that might have been a mistake that Karen was hoping for. I really doubt that he's going to have a problem from here,
He's
but
probably got to shoot this 6 now.
he did kind of tie up a lot of balls, though. You know, he had a few more open shots.
Yeah, it's a little surprising, but
I like playing 2 rails to get above them. You give yourself a chance for the 15, maybe the 9.
yeah, you always got the 3 ball there just in case. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, that's
There you go. 1, 2, 3,
Now-
4, 5, 6.
Do you think that mistake was because of he went into him? Like he didn't need to go into him, and that led to this
I
mistake?
mean, that could be the after the fact analysis, but I was surprised that he went into them. It seemed like there were enough balls in the clear.
Yeah, he could have just picked them out. But again, I mean, sometimes you miss balls, you just miss.
Yeah.
You know. And now Karen comes to the table. She's still in the match. I mean, I'm sure her high run is higher than 72 or 82.
No doubt. No doubt.
I think she wanted to clip that 15. Because that's the only issue she has right there is at 13. Looks like 13, 15. She's got to figure it out soon, though. Because the longer you wait, the more balls you pick off to try and get into them, the less option you have. Plus, the less option you have of having a shot after you go into them.
Right.
Because everything is gone now.
I think she was expecting to hit something there.
Yeah, I think she wanted to touch the 15. Now she's got to
Yeah.
cut. She's got to cut that 9 in,
This is
which
one
I
of
don't
those,
like.
Yeah, that was one of those. Seemed like you were in fine position, and now you suddenly realize, whoa,
It's like
don't
yeah,
really have a shot.
that's like having a good idea and then executing it and realizing, well, you know, that wasn't such a good
It
idea.
wasn't as clear a plan as you thought.
That didn't work out the way I wanted it. Yeah, these are kind of laying funny.
Yeah,
She comes a little too far. She's stuck, but she's good. She's got the 15.
and the breakout.
Yeah, and 7's still a good break
That was
shot.
a fine shot. That was a fine shot of the 9 ball. Get back in control of the rack.
Oh, she did push out a break shot. She still has choices, though. She can play the 15 from underneath.
She's got that one on the right. That's
Yeah,
good enough.
she can
It's
even
high
play
enough.
the 5 or the 1 as a side pocket break.
Yeah, she's all right.
Oh, she's going to play the 1 here, I think. No, play the 5 first. This will get it to either stripe on the bottom. She's going to probably use the 7 as her key ball. Oh, she didn't make the 1. Oh, well, Niles says thank you very much.
So I think Niles got 3. She got 7.
Well, Niles would have to go into him again.
He needs.
It
8.
doesn't have to go into him. He has to
needs-
play.
He needs to get 1 into the next. Is that right?
No,
he
if
just needs
not,
his 5.
yeah, he just have to re-rack him and play his break shot. He doesn't have to go into him. Now, in an instance like this, I would almost prefer to pick off all 4 balls on the right-hand
Oh,
side
absolutely.
and use the 1 as the break shot.
100%.
You know,
Well, yeah,
because if you miss it,
yeah.
she
you don't
doesn't
wanna-
have
right.
an easy break.
one definitely looks a little funny to me, though.
Yeah.
Is it like on the side pocket where it's in trouble, or not really? Might have to get a little bit straight on that ball.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I guess she might have conceded the match.
Looks like she must have conceded. So she got 7 more. So 25. Looks like final score is 125. Yeah, it seemed like Karen never really got rolling there at all. So